Hi guys, I wanted to do just a short video topic on this outage that's happened nationwide. I'm not going to be live very long, so let's get into it. Here's a video. It's only 28 seconds.
That many Americans are waking up to massive internet outage impacting major websites, major apps, gaming platforms, including Amazon, AT&T. Just look at this list: Delta Airlines, Disney Plus, Facebook, Hulu, Snapchat, United Airlines, Venmo. More than even what you're talking than I'm even mentioning there. At the center of this is Amazon Web Services, that major provider of cloud services for all sorts of companies. AWS says now it has identified the root cause, and also saying this, that we continue to observe recovery across most of the affected AWS services. We continue to work towards full resolution and will provide updates as we have more information to share. Said another, we're not saying a lot right now. Let's get over to CNN's Bryn Gingras. I started noticing this morning on multiple levels as it was unfolding. What's happening?
Yeah, but tell me your guys' thoughts. I do pray that this gets resolved pretty quickly because it has affected a lot of people nationwide. There are some areas, even if you have the same carrier, one area might get affected and the other area might not. I actually haven't been affected by this, and I'm very thankful and I praise the Lord for it, but I still feel bad for the ones that are affected. So if you have been affected, please comment below where your area is and if you have been affected. And actually I wanted to let's finish this first.
That's basically it, right? So they connect the business to us, the consumer, through apps on your phone. So if you're waking up, you're tapping on an app, you're like, how come it's not working?
Exactly.
This is likely the problem.
You're getting like the ring of death.
Yeah, the ring of death.
Exactly.
They're actually saying, please submit to technical issues. Keep doing that, even though we're not answering them right now, or we are trying to get to them. There's basically a huge backlog. As you just said, there's been some significant progress in this. This happened way overnight. So there has been some, significant progress, but still there's a huge backlog of all these apps and all these companies that are looking to basically get restored. So there's even issues at the airport. I'm hearing about people who are trying to check into their flights and they can't because they can't do it through the phone. So there's so many different companies, as you just listed a whole bunch of them: Amazon, AT&T, Delta, gaming services, right, like Roblox, even cryptocurrency companies are being affected. Coinbase essentially saying, don't worry, your money is safe. So there are companies now having to also just kind of respond to consumers at this point. But like you just said, what Amazon Web Services is saying is that they are seeing significant signs of recovery, and they're continuing to work towards that full resolution, and they're going to continue to provide information as we have been seeing overnight, continuous updates. But like I said, they are still a huge backlog here. So if you wake up and you can't figure out why something is not working, this is likely the culprit, and we're going to continue.
I started noticing it on various apps around like 3:30-ish this morning.
Why were you up at 3?
Yes, this is what time we wake up around here. But it really did start cascading. Like I even tried to get on the Wall Street Journal website, couldn't get on there for a period of time.
Yeah.
So
AWS makes up 30% of this global market space. So it is huge. I actually was doing a lot of research on it, and I can't believe how big this is, and it just really points to how fragile this infrastructure is should something happen like this.
Understandably sparking fears of vulnerabilities, of course, but let's see what happens throughout the morning. But Bryn's on top of this for us. Thank you so much, Bryn. GB.
All right, with us now, Lance Lulinoff, editor-at-large for Tech Radar. Lance, great to see you. Kate says she noticed when she was reading the Wall Street Journal. I was reading FanDuel. I was on FanDuel this morning, and that wasn't working. But everything from the Journal to FanDuel to our big, beautiful walls here, tech going crazy just about everywhere, including in our studios. Can you explain how it is that this one thing can affect so many different things?
Well, first of all, the most important site that's down is Starbucks. That's number one. Number two, AWS sits in the middle of everything. It is, all of these companies, it's like why build the house, right? You're just going to live in it. And that's really how these companies work. They all have offloaded their web services, their cloud-based services to AWS, which is great because it's more affordable. It's also more scalable than they could do on their own. So that sounds great, except when it fails. And it feels like sometimes a single point of failure because everything goes down.
Sorry about that. Somebody was at my door. And I said this was 28 seconds. I need glasses. I said 6 minutes. Okay. But anyways, I was actually talking to that guy outside, and he said he heard about the sun flares. It has to do with like electric and all that, or I'm not smart when it comes to that kind of talk, but you know what? But it can cause what I guess is happening too, maybe. It can affect a lot of stuff, but he didn't know about the nationwide thing until I told him. But this is just crazy because a lot of people rely on their phones to get a hold of their family, their friends, their bosses, just everybody around the world, And when you don't have that security, that connection, it can get overwhelming. And I do pray, like I said, that it does get resolved. But I also pulled up a map. Hopefully it's accurate. Here it is. And this is like the live US power outage and stuff. What is this it? But please tell me if you have been affected, okay? Thank you. Let's see. Texas. This is literally everywhere. This is just crazy. I don't know if that has to do with what's going on though.
Down at once. And it's not just the services that you're accessing, your smart home stops working. Ring which is actually owned by Amazon, is one of the impacted services. So your smart thermostat, your smart video doorbell, they just don't work without the internet. They're not designed that way. That's the thing. We've designed everything to work with this constant connectivity.
And I don't know in the near future if they're going to try something a little bit different, because a lot of outage happens with the internet. And so maybe in the near future they'll think of something a little different that would we wouldn't have to worry about something like that happening if it does happen.
And when you pull that big plug, everything basically becomes dumb.
When something does go wrong, in terms that non-tech people can understand, what is it? I mean, I don't think it's someone pulling a plug at a data center. What is the glitch that causes all of this?
Somebody pulled a plug.
I mean, usually it's like a translation service almost. It's like, okay, hi, you're trying to reach me. Who are you? Right. And there's in between, there's something that says, here's who I am. And they do a handshake and everything's okay. Well, that's the part of the service that basically broke. Where they couldn't identify each other. That one interconnection couldn't work. And this happened apparently in an East Coast area, an East Coast service center. They may have been in Virginia, but that one failure has had a global impact. I've been talking to people in the UK all morning, and they've been dealing with this because they're up earlier, longer than us.
My son in Taiwan can't get on Snapchat this morning. I mean, this truly is a global phenomenon. So what vulnerabilities then does this reveal? We don't know what caused this. We have no reason to believe it was a bad actor, but how attractive is this to a bad actor when they see this?
After that guy said the sun, I wonder if that has a role to play in this. Electric field. Let me see if I can look that up.
Right. Well, this is the problem. I continue to be confused about why there is not instant redundancy when you can have something that's seemingly so small or so localized have such a cascading and global impact. And we had CrowdStrike last year where all of these systems were running Windows and they all failed, and banks and airports failed. And it was like, well, why is it like that? And we don't seem to have a good answer for this yet. And I think part of the problem is the more consolidation we have and the fewer sort of competing web services we have, the more of a problem this is going to be. And yeah, it's not a good look. You certainly don't want someone to look at this and say, a bad actor, and say, hey, if I just make this one thing go down, I can create a cascading effect and all things can go down. And this could impact infrastructure. And that is a scary thought.
It is. We are learning more and more about this throughout the morning as more sites do appear to be coming back online. Not all yet, though. We're watching it very carefully. Lance, hope you get your Starbucks soon. Thank you so much for being with us.
All righty. What's this?
Geetha Gurumurthy, thanks for being with us. We're starting this hour with breaking news. Many of the world's biggest apps and online games, including Snapchat, Duolingo and Roblox, have gone down, an issue affecting Amazon's cloud computing service, Amazon Web Services, which many websites and apps use. Well, dozens of firms are now reporting issues, including Fortnite, Ring, Zoom, and some banks, including Halifax, Lloyds.
All right, I'm not for sure, but I think I found something. Don't quote me on this, okay? But I researched if the sun could have any effect on this. And NASA, when was this? Well, this was just a year ago. But it says 2025 in the text. So, last year is when they... probably going into this year. But NASA warned that the sun would cause a global blackout in 2025. But I don't know if it has anything to do with it. Don't quote me. But you know what? Just keep it in mind. Let me go to it. Wait a minute. Which one is it? Is it? Yeah, this one's it. Here it is.
Solar storms and heightened solar activity have always been a concern for scientists, but as we approach 2025, the stakes are higher than ever. With the sun set to reach its solar maximum, experts are warning about potential widespread disruptions to Earth's infrastructure.
Hi, Easy. All right, keep this in mind. I just found this, but what is going on could possibly be from the sun. Somebody was at my door and I was talking to him and he didn't even know about the nationwide outage, but he did tell me that he heard about the electric field or something to do with the sun. We don't need any issues with our sun right now. We do not. Because the sun is a very powerful thing, okay? It is a big major star. But I'm not a genius when it comes to that kind of topic. But I feel like the sun could definitely play a role in this. But let's listen to what this video has to say.
Could this lead to a global blackout, leaving power grids and communication networks crippled? Today.
Okay, I'm going to pause this. First of all, it better not come to a blackout because I'm scared of the dark. And if we have no power, I can't charge my phone to at least use that kind of light, okay? Because my phone will die. Oh, please, Father, don't allow a blackout to happen.
Today, we're taking a closer look into the possibility of solar storms causing unprecedented outages and what NASA and other agencies.
Yes, it can definitely be a cyber attack as well. I mean, it could be from the sun. It could be from a cyber attack. It's something to keep in mind for both, because the sun can affect a lot on Earth. But NASA, I guess, predicted this last year, and they said within 2025, and we're in 2026 now, and it's happening. Well, we don't have a blackout, but we are having an outage, as they said too. Well, actually, not everybody who has a Verizon carrier or carrier is affected. I have Verizon, and I'm not affected. It just depends on the area, I guess. But I do pray that they get it figured out, because, like I said, everybody relies on their phone to get a hold of their families, their loved ones, their friends, their bosses. And when you don't have that connection, it's very overwhelming. But the guy said that his service was a little off. But for some reason, like my service, it's okay. I don't know what plan he has. He might have Verizon, but let's finish watching this.
These are saying about the risks we face. Understanding solar activity. The sun follows an 11-year cycle of solar activity, transitioning between periods of low and high activity known as the solar minimum and solar maximum. During the solar maximum, the sun is more volatile, with increased solar flares and coronal mass ejections, CMEs, being observed. These events can have significant effects on Earth's atmosphere and technology.
Is private student loan debt wrecking your life? You really need to talk to Y-Refi.
That has nothing to do with it. I don't even know why that popped up.
As the sun ramps up to this peak of activity, scientists have been closely monitoring its behavior, with 2025 marking the expected solar maximum. Solar flares, intense bursts of radiation, and CMEs, massive expulsions of plasma and magnetic fields, are at the core of these concerns. When these solar events are directed at Earth, they can interact with our planet's magnetic field, causing geomagnetic storms. While some of these storms are mild, stronger ones can cause widespread disruptions to satellite communications, GPS systems, and even power grids. The sun's current activity is part of solar cycle 25, and early observations show that it may be more intense than initially predicted. As of 2024, the sun has already produced significant flares, and its sunspot count is rising faster than expected. This heightened activity has prompted experts to warn of potential dangers, including the risk of technology-dependent systems being severely affected. Although solar storms have occurred throughout history, the modern world's reliance on technology makes us far more vulnerable to their impacts. The most alarming potential impact of increased solar activity is the disruption to Earth's infrastructure, particularly the power grids that modern society depends on. During strong solar storms, the interaction between the sun's energetic particles and Earth's magnetic field can induce electrical currents in power lines. These geomagnetic-induced currents, GICs, can overload transformers and other critical components of the grid, potentially causing widespread blackouts. One of the most famous examples of this occurred in 1989, when a powerful solar storm caused a blackout in Quebec, leaving millions without power for hours. With more advanced and interconnected systems today, the consequences of such an event could be even more severe.
That ain't good.
In addition to power grids, satellite-based communication systems are at risk. Solar flares can interfere with radio communications, particularly those used for navigation and aviation. The more dangerous coronal mass ejections can damage satellites themselves, knocking them out of operation or reducing their lifespan. With the increasing reliance on satellite communications for internet, GPS, and other vital services, a significant solar event could disrupt global communications. This has led some experts to warn of an internet apocalypse, where
Yes, you're absolutely right, Easy. And it's amazing how powerful the sun is, okay? And you're doing this now? And exactly like he said, the technology that we have today is so more advanced that back then it only took an hour. Nowadays it could take a lot longer. And we rely on our internet and just getting a hold of people.
long-duration outages could affect large portions of the globe. While the likelihood of a complete, prolonged internet blackout remains debated, the risk of disruptions to various communication services during a solar storm is very real. As we approach 2025, the sun's activity is ramping up faster than many scientists initially predicted.
Oh, please, son.
Solar cycle 25, which began in 2019, was expected to reach its peak around 2025, but recent observations suggest that the solar maximum might be more intense than anticipated. The sunspot count, which correlates with solar activity, has been higher than expected throughout 2024, with some months recording the highest numbers seen in over 2 decades.
That's not good.
This increase in activity has caused some concern among scientists, as more sunspots generally lead to more solar flares and coronal mass ejections, both of which can have serious effects on Earth's technological infrastructure. NASA and NOAA have been closely monitoring this activity.
It's truly amazing. I mean, there's so much we haven't even discovered of this entire planet. For example, the ocean. We've only discovered, like 5% of the ocean? And mankind can't even go within the depths of the ocean because of oxygen. It would literally crush you. So we use machines. And the moment you get down to the pitch black of the depths of the ocean, it's like, and I actually learned, this is off topic, but I want to tell you guys, there are creatures that you don't even want to discover, truly horrifying creatures. These ones live underneath the depths of the ocean. Okay, you can't see them. Something down there, and they are created to live within the pitch blackness. Something down there is driving them up to the surface of the ocean where the light is, and that's very uncommon because that's not what they do at all. They stay below. So something more terrifying or something they're hearing, I don't know, is literally driving them up towards the ocean. So when a human hears about this, we're curious. Curiosity is what killed the cat, is how it says. But it's just amazing how much we still need to discover. And I don't think we're going to fully discover everything. I don't even think we're going to fully discover the ocean. And there's creatures that we haven't even discovered. Yes, Easy, I have Verizon. The guy that came to my door said his phone was a little bit affected, but he was still able to communicate. My phone, my tablet, has not been affected at all, which I don't understand. I'm going to leave that open so I can get to it. But I want to quit rumbling or whatever you call it, yapping. Let's finish this.
Providing real-time updates on the sun's behavior. Their forecasts suggest that solar storms could become more frequent and potentially more severe as we near 2025. This uptick in activity has prompted scientists to reevaluate their predictions for solar cycle 25, and the possibility of significant geomagnetic storms remains a concern.
I knew that there were kids just like
Thank you guys for tuning in. Who all has been affected by this? Please, let me know.
Many unknowns about how solar maximums will play out, making it difficult to predict the exact level of disruption. However, the heightened activity observed so far has reinforced the need for global preparedness in the face of a potentially volatile solar environment. In response to the growing concern over the sun's increasing activity and the potential for widespread disruptions, space agencies, governments, and private organizations are working on strategies to mitigate the effects of a significant solar storm.
See anything on
NASA and NOAA, in particular, have ramped up their efforts to monitor and forecast solar events. By using a combination of ground-based observatories and space probes, these agencies provide early warnings for geomagnetic storms and other solar phenomena. One of the key tools in this effort is NASA's Solar Dynamics Observatory, SDO, which constantly monitors the sun and sends real-time data back to Earth. This data allows scientists to predict when solar flares or CMEs are likely to hit Earth, giving power grid operators, communication networks, and satellite companies time to prepare. In addition to monitoring, governments are investing in infrastructure resilience. The power grid, which is particularly vulnerable to geomagnetic storms, has been a primary focus. Efforts are being made to upgrade transformers and other critical components to withstand the potential overload caused by geomagnetic-induced currents. International collaboration is also essential, as solar storms do not affect just one region. They have the potential to disrupt technology on a global scale. Countries are working together to share data, improve early warning systems, and develop coordinated responses to minimize the damage from solar storm. While no system is completely immune to solar impacts,
I am truly sorry it affected you, though, Easy. And I do pray that it gets figured out. I feel bad for you guys. I mean, I'm not affected, but I feel bad that you guys were. And I'm not saying that the sun is the cause of this outage, but it could be a cyber attack, or it could be the sun as they predicted, or, it's just something to keep in mind, because the sun does have the power to do it, have the energy to do it. So both of them you just need to keep in mind. It could be either one. Honestly, my gut is more towards the sun. But it's just something to keep in mind. Enjoy your coffee. I want coffee, but my coffee pot's broke. Yeah, I can't get coffee. Actually, maybe I can use my other thing. I don't know. Coffee put me to sleep. I can't even black coffee puts me to sleep. Like, I'm actually recently getting into more drinking black coffee, because I used to drink coffee with like a lot of creamer. I used to pack that cup with so much creamer, I would buy it, and then within a day or two, it's gone. But I'm trying to stay just towards black coffee, because it's a lot more better for you, because it doesn't have all the other added stuff to it. You can do it. All right. Let's get this started. What wire do I have to pull or put together? I might fix the problem or permanently cause more of a problem. I don't know if I trust myself around wires. It's like, what did she do? They were both colorful wires. They were meant to be together. You're not supposed to put those two wires together. Well, lesson learned. Don't do this. How do we fix this? You can't fix this. You literally just blew the whole server. Well, that's not good. I guess you got to buy a whole new server.
these preparedness measures are designed to reduce the severity of disruption.
In a time like this, you might as well be positive and laugh about it, because if you don't, you're gonna go insane.
and ensure that critical infrastructure can recover quickly. The growing attention surrounding the sun's increased activity has sparked numerous concerns and, in some cases, exaggerated fears. One of the most prominent myths circulating is the idea of a complete and prolonged global blackout, often referred to as an internet apocalypse.
Don't you dare say that. Don't you dare talk filth to me. I don't want to black out. I don't do the dark. And now you're saying we might have a global blackout? And what did you call it? An apocalypse? Well, at least it's not zombies. I still don't want to black out though. I don't like blackouts. I don't do the dark. I'm clumsy enough.
That could last for months.
Clumsy enough in light. And you're talking about a blackout? Oh my goodness. Oh, Lord help me.
Or even years. While it is true that solar storms...
Okay, I need to back that up. Did he just say for a year?
That could last for months or...
That could last months or even years? They don't even make good flashlights to last a year. God.
Or even years.
Please don't.
While it is true that solar storms have the potential to disrupt communication networks, power grids, and satellites, the idea of a total and long-lasting global shutdown is highly unlikely. Solar storms are unpredictable in their exact impact, and the most severe effects are generally limited to specific regions rather than the entire globe. Additionally, modern monitoring systems and technological advancements allow for early warnings, providing industries time to take protective measures. NASA and other scientific organizations have repeatedly emphasized that while there is a risk of temporary disruptions, efforts are being made to mitigate the damage. The likelihood of an event on the scale of a complete worldwide communication blackout is remote. Much of the fear surrounding this issue stems from a misunderstanding of how solar storms interact with Earth's magnetic field and infrastructure. In reality, most solar storms result in minor interruptions, such as brief radio blackouts or minor power grid fluctuations.
Honestly, I can't believe I'm saying this, my Lord, my Savior. You can smack me for saying this. I would rather have a zombie apocalypse at this point. If it comes down to a blackout, just bring on the zombies, okay? I don't want to do a blackout. I'm clumsy enough. At least I can run fast. Oh my goodness. Imagine if it was the animals. Okay, I got this. Unless it's a grizzly bear, a zombie grizzly bear. Oh my goodness. Good luck running from that. Actually, I don't want neither. I don't want neither, okay? I don't feel the need to be running from something that wants to eat my brains. I'm just saying.
Addressing these misconceptions is vital to prevent unnecessary panic and to encourage the public
to not panic. I'm sorry, I keep stopping this. To not panic. You're talking about a blackout and no communication. You're stuck just there. And then a white girl might fall down the stairs because I can't see.
To rely on scientifically backed information. While vigilance is essential, fear should not be driven by speculation, but by facts grounded in current research.
Exactly. Get your facts.
To understand the potential impact of future solar storms, it is useful to look at historical events that have demonstrated the power of solar activity. One of the most well-known incidents is the Carrington event of 1859, which remains the most powerful geomagnetic storm on record. This solar storm was so intense that it caused telegraph systems across Europe and North America to fail, with some operators reporting sparks from their equipment. Aurorae were visible as far south as the Caribbean, illuminating the night sky in ways that had never been seen before. If an event of this magnitude were to occur today, The consequences would likely be far more severe, given our dependence on electricity, satellites, and communication technologies. In more recent history, the solar storm of 1980.
So, other words, we need to stop being so mean to Mother Nature, well, the Earth, because she's getting tired of her crap. I'm just saying.
1989 caused significant damage to the power grid in Quebec, Canada, resulting in a 9-hour blackout that affected millions of people. The geomagnetic storm generated by the sun's activity induced currents that overwhelmed the region's electrical system. This incident serves as a reminder that even in the modern era, solar storms can cause significant disruption to everyday life. Although today's technology is more advanced and resilient, the lessons from these events underscore the need for preparedness. These historical precedents highlight that while severe solar storms are rare, they are capable of widespread impact, and with solar activity intensifying, vigilance remains crucial. In today's world, technological advancements have revolutionized communication, transportation, and industry, but they have also increased society's vulnerability to solar storms.
Oh my God.
The Internet, which is now integral to nearly every aspect of modern life, relies on undersea cables, satellites, and data centers that could be affected.
Exactly, data centers. The beauty of a data center, okay? Those things are loud. Oh my goodness. I know somebody who works at one. Ah, you're brave. That's loud. Do you hear? No. At least it's nice and cold. I mean, you got your hot spot and then you got your cold spot, okay? Oh my gosh. We're screwed. I'll think positive.
Affected by a major solar event. During a significant solar storm, satellites in Earth's orbit can experience heightened drag, which could push them out of their normal orbits, leading to communication blackouts or, in extreme cases, satellite failure. Additionally, solar flares can interfere with high-frequency radio signals used by airplanes and emergency services, posing risks for aviation and critical infrastructure. Another major concern is the Global Positioning System, GPS, which is vital not just for navigation, but
I'd be able to get lost if I don't have my GPS.
For financial services, military operations, and logistics. Solar activity can disrupt GPS signals, leading to delays and potential errors in systems that rely on precise timing and location. Financial markets, which depend on split-second timing for transactions, could also be affected by the loss of GPS accuracy. Furthermore, power grids, the backbone of modern civilization, are at risk from geomagnetic-induced currents caused by solar storms. These currents can overload transformers and damage essential components of the grid, as witnessed in past incidents. The interconnected nature of these systems means that a disruption in one sector could have cascading effects on other industries, amplifying the overall impact of a solar storm. With technology continuing to evolve, safeguarding these systems from solar activity is becoming an ever more urgent priority. Now it's time to hear from you. Are you worried about the coming solar storm?
Yep.
Let us know in the comment section below.
Thanks to you, I am now. All right. What did you guys think of all that? It is something to keep in mind. Because honestly, I don't want no blackout to happen. You might as well just bring on the zombies at this point. I know karate with a taser. The zombie would look at me and laugh. It's like, really? You're going to tase me? I got no feeling in my body. You have a point. Zap. But anyways, stay positive, okay, guys? Laugh about this, okay? Because if you don't, you're going to go insane. because I would too if I was affected. But I am praying that it gets figured out and this doesn't actually turn into a complete global blackout. But it's amazing what the sun can do, how the sun can affect you. It's amazing. I haven't found anything else on a cyber attack or on that. I did find this though. But no other carrier has been affected. I got the hiccups now. Other than Verizon, Amazon, and it looks like in Cleveland there was an explosion spark. It's unknown. I guess they don't know exactly the cause of it. I could be wrong, but it did happen in Cleveland and it was an explosion. But number of power outage that affected. There's a lot going on this world. It's wow. It's like you can't even keep up. When one thing happens, then another thing, then another. Just like it's overwhelming. But yeah, a lot of websites have been affected. Verizon, apparently Snapchat. That's just wow. I don't see anything on the cyber attack. Wait. In 15 countries, was it a cyber attack? Is this the news? Because it's a short. I don't think it's a short. Yeah, no, that's not it. What's a down detector? Who's still drinking coffee? But other than that, please let me know if you've been affected. I don't know how long this is. Let me see. They don't know how long this is going to last. It can range from hours to even days. But for the Verizon carrier, they are working on it as of right now. So hopefully anybody who has Verizon will get their service within a day or two, depending how severe it is and how much they got to work on it. But they are working on that one. Engineers working on it, but they don't have an actual time frame that it will be done and fixed. But it can resolve in hours, but sometimes it can take longer as the company identifies the root cause. So all we can do is just pray that everything gets resolved, because we rely on our
but
phones.
as we approach 2025, the stakes are
But
higher than ever.
I do want to thank everybody for tuning in. And if you are new to my channel, please subscribe, comment, like. And thank you all for all the likes. Oh, and go check out my Trump video. He's amazing. I'm just saying. And all you haters out there who hates Trump, keep hating, because you have nothing to really hate about. I will pray for you. I think that's what you need, is a good prayer. But other than that, sorry, Lord. Okay, we need to pray for them. But please support me too on Patreon. You can either on Restream, where you see the QR code, just point your cameras to it and it will actually direct you to a link. Or you can just do it the old-fashioned way. Just go to my bio on my YouTube and it will direct you that way as well. But any support is always appreciated, no matter the amount. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And I do pray that everything gets resolved, like I said. And I will see you guys on the next video. And please comment below if you've been affected. What carrier are you? Because it seems like it's only Verizon. So if you're affected, you must have Verizon. At least I think so. Because no other carrier is being affected by this. Which surprises me. Why is it only Verizon? Who knows? But there will be more information and updates on this until it gets resolved, obviously. But alrighty, guys. Stay warm. Stay dry because it's raining. And the day actually went by pretty quickly. I didn't even know it was 5 o'clock. Wow. And always know that you're loved. No matter how bad of a day you're having, just look up. I don't care about how the weather is. Just look up and know that you're loved. He created you for a purpose. He didn't just create you just to put you there. You have a divine purpose. And I pray that you find it. But other than that, enjoy your coffee. I would enjoy my coffee, but that would put me to sleep. I can't enjoy coffee. I can't even enjoy energy drinks. You know how insane that is? But energy drinks has a lot of sugar in it. So I really don't want energy drinks. I would stay asleep for hours. But God bless you guys.